last time, in an action economy, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're called.
The entirety of Season 1, Campaign 1.
Yeah, that all happened. Starfinder. In quotes, Starfinder happened.
Starfinder Eternity.
Yeah.
Well, the eternity part isn't in quotes. I mean, unless you're quoting me.
I'm quoting you.
Okay. Nice quote.
No one would have known it was quotes unless we mentioned quotes because this isn't a visual.
It's Market Crash!
Yeah! Hey, it's over! For now.
I just want to say, if you actually listen to all of that, wow, thank you. You are awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through Starfinder.
I feel like Journey's a little bit much. You guys didn't really go anywhere.
We went all
Fine.
across the fucking depths of space and ended up on a new planet.
We went on character journeys, Travis.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Fuck
there
you.
go.
God,
Some more than others.
the first half
See,
of
now your characters aren't in danger, so all the hate's gonna come.
yeah, the first half of the entirety of that campaign was man, I'm an asshole to a lot of people as Nade, and then the second half was, oh no,
Well,
karma's coming.
right now what we're doing is we're just gonna be talking about the campaign. As somebody gets some ice in the kitchen.
I'll close the doors.
There's a dog sniffing around all of us because
Yeah.
we're in
As
the
per
process of
usual. As per usual.
I do think we should talk before we get too far into the discussion. Our Ravenloft campaign is going to be delayed a little bit.
Yeah.
We haven't really set down in stone what we're going to do. I imagine we're probably going to do some more bonus action episodes or something.
Yeah, we'll
But,
figure out something.
Yeah,
There'll be a
Austin's
new
going to be
person.
going on vacation, so we have to fill the gap somehow. We don't want to start campaign and then,
Yeah. We'll play everything by ear for,
Yeah.
at least...
Few weeks. Yeah, I'm gone for those 2 weeks. I know it'll be lonely without me.
Yeah.
See, Quinn's missing you already.
The actual goblin member.
Yep. The big goblin.
Boblin.
The boblin.
Has he been...
I don't think so. And this is the part where I'll sit quietly feeds a dog. A dog that isn't even in the room. The dog went outside.
No.
Oh, I thought you let him outside. No.
I don't think Tom can beat.
Well, I guess I
thought that was just a
horribly
plot
wrong.
twist.
Yeah.
Everyone talked over each other at that moment.
What? Who are you people?
Where am
Shut
I?
up.
Who am I?
You're not gonna be GM anymore. You're not my dad.
I won't be your dad anymore.
Oh.
Why not?
At least not for a good while until I come back as your dad.
Yeah.
Because you've already been your dad once. What?
I mean...
Oh yeah, I've already. Yeah, I guess I was your dad.
Wait, was it you?
I was.
Yeah, Tom was my dad.
Well, yeah, but also I was your dad because I did AIDS.
I thought you said AIDS for a second. I went, what?
Yep.
Wow, okay. That just took a turn.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know
Ace
that was something you did now.
You know, hey man,
Times change, I guess.
AIDS is a crazy drug, man.
One hell of a drug.
All right. So, how do we want to start talking about this? Like,
We've been.
Well, I was thinking
now
we
you've had a
could...
week. How do you guys feel about the campaign so far?
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed it. I think it goes without saying we all enjoyed it a lot.
That makes me happy.
I'm still I find it hilarious that the first line of the entire podcast is, so yeah, I'm a terrible DM.
Which is true.
No.
Shut up.
Anybody
Everybody
knows the
here-
rules of
If
Star
you
Fox?
have heard the entire campaign, and you're listening to this now, go on Twitter using the Action Economy Podcast hashtag.
Quick,
saying
everybody.
how untrue that is.
Everybody cancel Travis. We're gonna beat him up in real life.
I'll take you all on.
Okay, I'll answer this.
No, like the actual like rules of Starfinder are like it was like a nightmare in my head trying to get everything to function in any way properly because I have 3.5 D&D, 5th edition D&D, a little bit of Shadowrun, and Pathfinder all stuck in my head, like fighting for position of how things should work. And then when I'm just sitting there, like I'll sit there and I'll read the book, and I'll be like, man, that's a lot of words, and this is a lot of rules. I think I understand how everything goes together. And then when I come down here to actually play, I'm like, nope, it's all gone. What's the closest thing I can think of? And usually it's like something from 5e.
To be fair, I think you did say originally you were going to be using 5th edition as kind of like a main...
Oh yeah. It's like... The rules
main
were a
bulk of it.
blender. The rules were a blender of things.
You also say it was homebrew too, so...
There's a lot of times when we did things that, like, you're talking about doing that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
For that last battle, I forgot. I can only use that ability once, and if they save, they're...
What ability?
The gravity hold.
Gravity hold?
If they save, they're... So...
Oh well.
Oh, well, who gives a fuck?
It happened. It's over. That thing's dead.
Yeah.
No, we gotta retcon it all now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Last episode. Second go.
What's it gonna do? Argue about the rules now? What a dead bitch. It can't do that.
I did have some questions just to like structure things a little more.
Yes.
What was all of your favorite moments in the campaign?
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, some favorite moments. Anybody got one first?
Give me like 12 minutes.
I guess I will
That's
go
a
first.
lot.
Wow, okay.
So, my favorite moment in the campaign was the whole bit at the end with Nade and Techno. When he finally got it out of his system, you know,
Yeah,
the whole
actually,
thing about Ace actually
the-
talking about her.
The like
About him,
almost
whatever.
half-hour conversation
Yeah.
you guys had.
It was very much... It was a long time coming.
Yes. Yeah. I felt bad because I was like, you don't really have a whole lot that you can role play like into with conversations and stuff like that up until that point. But then
Yeah.
again, like all of the stuff on the Eternity up to this point has more or less been set up for you guys to have freedom. So now that you're free,
Yeah.
at least from the ship, like who your characters are is way more in your hands now.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the point of doing all that stuff. But I did feel bad for like, yeah, if you try to say anything, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Alright,
I mean, it made sense
Yeah.
in the narrative.
Yeah.
12 minutes has passed in Goblin time, so I'm ready now.
All right.
I think I really liked the first fucking thing we ever did with each other's characters interacting with one another,
Yeah.
because I just love the beginning where Nate was just angry and confused and destroying shit and breaking
getting
things.
upset because they started to fix it.
Yeah, and I think I really liked skirting along the edge of PvP and just getting angry at everybody else's characters for simply existing in the same space, and how it could have gone very differently if I had not actually played Nade how I envisioned her. Because if she found that note that was like, hey, go kill that cop or
Everything
whatever,
would have been very different.
go kill Ace, and then she met this
No, it wasn't
fucking
Go kill Ace, it was go kill the cop from me.
Go kill
Yeah.
the cop. And
yeah.
it was from Ace.
Oh, I
Because
probably
the whole thing was that we thought that
Yeah,
Ace
yeah.
was him, but
Nate
So-
probably would have actually really liked and got along with Ace
If it
if
hadn't been.
if it had been that, and then at the very end when we figured out, oh wait, that's not Ace, and then there's like this cop drone that's coming around, and we figure out that he was a cop, and then everybody's like, oh, this is the cop. I'd go, wait a minute.
I do, like, thinking back on it, I realized, like, there's a lot of like, oh, cliffhanger, wait for the next episode, or like kind of not really a cliffhanger, but just like big reveal at the end of an episode kind of thing. That happened a lot.
I mean, it also kept us like excited though.
Yeah.
For, like, what was gonna happen.
Okay,
Like,
there's 2 more people here. Any more
Yeah.
moments that you guys enjoyed that you did?
It's been like a day in Goblin time.
Oh, come on.
My favorite moment was the moment that the little robots started talking.
Oh yes, I love that. That's a pretty great contender.
that is true.
Because I knew something like that was coming, and I knew Austin was about to ruin it by shooting those robots.
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
It was about to
Fuck
be a
it.
really wholesome moment.
The second they started talking, I really try to get into character when I play characters, and my mind, you just like kicked my brain. And that's it. I just was like, oh my fucking god. Like
I was
the
so happy.
the second you started with the voice for the robots, me in character as Nade just thought, oh my fucking god, I hate them even more now. But at the same time, damn it, now it's like immoral to kill them.
Wow.
They have a voice they can cry out for help.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I'm actually really happy that I was able to get Nade to be like, okay, the ship's pretty cool now.
Yeah.
Like, want to even stay.
That was like one of the things too. Like also constantly like I hate this.
I hate this
Nade-
fucking
yeah,
ship.
hate the ship.
I hate
Yeah.
this
Nade
ship.
hates the fucking
For
ship.
good reason.
Character
For
It's,
good
development.
reason.
it is like a
Death trap.
It's a death trap, and it's. I imagine when everything is working well on the ship, it's like a pretty nice place to be. The minute one thing goes wrong, it just cascades into everything. The whole place just becomes awful.
Yeah, I like.
I mean that's what we woke up to.
Yeah, Nade, the entire fucking campaign was basically, yeah, there's like ghosted shit and like Jason murderers and all this spooky shit and everything. Everything wants to hurt you. Everything is bad. And it's, everything just sucks. And everything that happens here sucks. And everything that you remember sucks. Everything about this place sucks. But then the second we get it, fixed up and stuff and we have our own thing, it's like, oh hey, I could just rest in a jacuzzi without a panther trying to tear my throat out.
I get
That's-
a robot butler.
I get a robot butler. I get a robot butler that tears the sleeves off of my shirts and refers to me as like first mate. Fuck yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I can just clone alcohol whenever I want. I could clone my ripped shirts.
Oh no.
The first, early on, my whole thought on my character was like, okay, this is all about survival. And so, like, when you started playing your character as, like, aggressive towards everyone, I was like, in my character's mind, I was like, this person is a liability. They need to die as soon as possible. Yeah, it's like, everything you did always kept you on the verge of, like, where...
You're too useful to kill, but you're
Also a psychopath.
At
so.
what point does this person become too much to risk? And there were a number of points that were like, let's check mark down a little closer to it. I should get rid of this person. And you'd gotten down to the point where if the opportunity had presented itself, where Fish could have removed you from the situation
Okay.
without repercussions, would have done so.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's like one of the reasons why I felt so fucking sorry for Nade, like halfway through
Yeah.
to the end, because I'm like, holy shit. Like, she didn't get a childhood. Everybody in her entire life has used her. And now the one person that she's, like, connected with and actually enjoys is also fucking using her and ready to getting rid of her. I feel so fucking bad for her.
I love it because Nade, like, from the beginning, Nade came across as, like, the most put together, the most, like, oh, I'm not worried about who I was, or I'm not really all that worried about, what's going on with me personally. Like, hey,
Yeah.
like, I know who I am, I know what I want to do, I'm doing it right now. And then by the end of the campaign, it's like Nade's like, "Oh my god, I am alive. Everything about me is alive. I'm mad at the world and I'm mad at everyone." My favorite moment is when you guys were in the woods, burning your way through the cocoon.
Oh, yeah, I changed it to that.
The attacks that Fish was doing with the stellar moat, and how you guys had like no light around you, and then you would just get these big flashes of light to see just darkness out there. I think of it as like, oh yeah, the flashes of light just reinforced just how dark it was, and like how little information you guys had.
There was the tiny light from the laser axe.
Yeah, you guys had like a 5-foot like little.
It was like super dim light of like,
Yeah.
I'd say even like less than 5 feet.
It was just this little glow where you could basically just see each other all
Yeah.
huddled together.
It's like if somebody was using a fucking welding torch.
Those are pretty bright. But yes, I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
I honestly, there was like a lot of really hilarious parts, but I think my all-time favorite, aside from Nade being Willis now,
Oh, well, yeah.
and like basically chokeholding like a rat,
Yeah.
was
Give me this little rat.
pretty much.
And that started an entire campaign hatred.
Yep.
Campaign long. What the fuck am I trying to say?
I don't know. What are you?
Hatred
trying to
that
say?
lasted the whole campaign.
There you go.
He's too excited. He's eating peppers right now. So.
It's so bad. I don't know why I keep doing it. I'm not even eating the peppers. I'm just eating like the rice and the meat, and like I'm avoiding the peppers because I know it's hot, but it's still fucking hot and I'm dying.
They're like not even that hot though, to be honest.
I am tiny small boy.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But my favorite part, I think, would have to be when we had one of our dream sequences,
Okay.
and you described my character
Yeah.
being like an absolute like. Just,
Torturing someone?
yeah, I'm like, alright, okay, my character just went from like 0 to 100 very quickly.
Maybe I am like Nade.
Yeah. That was great because all of you guys were like, maybe we're all terrorists. Maybe all of us are the worst people in the world.
No, maybe that was everybody else, but for me, I went, well, I'm a
I
terrorist.
will say one
Yeah.
thing. Fish never for a second believed that she was actually a terrorist.
Yeah.
From the beginning, she theorized a couple things. One, she's a member of the crew of this ship. She was guessing her name was probably Truly Eternity, but she never got confirmation on that.
Mhm.
She assumed that she was a member of the crew in some form or another. And then everything she said after that to them was all to make sure that they saw her as on their side.
Definitely fucking worked on Nade.
I think
Maybe
it worked-
a little
I think it
too
worked on
well.
Everyone? I think it worked on everyone just because.
We had no reason not to.
Yeah. When it came to combat,
Hmm.
it was like Nate and Fish were like the front line. Handle it.
Yeah. I wish that, like, Soldier or whatever, I wish, like, just tabletop RPGs in general had some kind of aggro ability. Because there were so many times where I just wanted to
I mean,
yell at
that's
people.
something that is.
Hate the concept of anger.
Well, yeah, that is
it
something
shouldn't
that
be in
is.
anything.
That is
It's a
something.
requirement of MMOs that only exists because of that's the only way to get things to work.
Well, I think of it as it's aggro is something that's decided by the DM, and a lot of the fighting that happened was by things that didn't really think all that tactically, or had a very specific intention.
Hey Travis, what was the sex robot bunny's intentions?
Oh my god, I'm alive now. I can move around. I need to get more electricity back to the mass.
To make
The
more.
mass?
Yeah, there was a mass of chocolate.
Yeah, I know, but you That's the new way of describing it.
it.
Well, it turned
I don't-
into you, so.
That's true. I'm the mess
They
now.
stole your DNA or whatever.
I mean, they all. I think the phrase goes, the most flattery is impersonation or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't know if that's
Imitation is the.
highest form of flattery.
Thank you.
Well, the whole deal with the sex
Uh.
shop thing was, I
You were
wanted.
thinking of a mall, and you're like, "What's in a mall?"
I was thinking.
Are there sex shops in a mall?
There are places that have stuff in them in a mall typically.
All right. Well,
Austin
what
looks
I actually
very
was thinking
okay.
was,
Any mall
Okay.
I've been to besides
What?
Spencer's.
what can the chocolate bunnies was the initial idea, and then I was like, okay, how do they work? Oh, they got these little panels on them. Okay, cool. Where do the panels come from? And then I was like, okay, it's got to come from some sort of store that I can use to also showcase just what kind of place this is.
A sex shop.
I imagine, like, my first thing was like, okay, it's like a Vegas strip mall. And the first thing came to my mind, like, okay, how do I actually specifically put that into your guys' heads? As like, okay, this is the kind of place that it is. That was the only thing I could really think of that would make sense to have something like these panels.
I mean, you could
And
like.
also, it was funny. So,
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
yeah, okay.
On the quick note for combat,
it was...
it was great. The one thing that is, I take full responsibility on this one. I goofed up my sheet for my drone for Travis.
Well, it wasn't just that you, like, oh, you messed up your sheet and that was the end of it. It was more so just the drone didn't really have anything on it, and
Yeah.
also you never really had too much time, or the time when you did have time, you were doing other things to work on it or add anything to it.
Yeah,
Because, like I said, like you could have, this was not on recording or anything, but like you could have come to me with like a revised sheet with things on it, and I'd be like, okay, cool, I'll figure out a way for you to get this stuff.
but I also think it worked out in terms of continuity, I guess. Not like we were always like one thing to the next. There was always something happening that it made sense for my character not being able to work on his drone to add anything. Now that we're on a planet and we have time because they're
Your planet locked now.
retrofitting the eternity, is what I'll say. I can imagine my character will be able to find parts and whatnot.
Oh god, or are we gonna have a Star Trek the motion picture esque
no.
wide pan and it's all like 20 minutes
Oh
long?
yeah,
No, we're turning into Cowboy Bebop.
yeah. Well now,
So- I
no spoilers.
I will say going forward, I will make sure I have stuff on my drone. And
I'm
I will
not
actually just
upset. I'm not upset with you.
I'm not
you're
saying-
you're the one that has to deal with it. This is your, it doesn't matter to me.
This is
But
true.
it's no singing. We're here to talk, not sing.
But what if
Can't tell
I
us what to do.
sing everything I say?
I'm not the DM anymore, so I can't kill you guys.
Ah, fuck you.
A rock drops and everyone dies.
Speaking of which, so like this past week,
Yeah, what are you doing up there?
this past week, I was like, I don't have to think about another session right now. I don't have to prepare anything. Oh, sick. And then halfway through the week, I was like, well, I could start doing this for the next time. So,
Oh fuck.
You're that
What?
boring.
uh-oh.
I run a randomized thing,
Uh-oh.
and
You're like,
Where-
I'm supposed to do some preparation.
yeah, I was supposed to start on making a whole like outpost of enemies for the party to fight next session, which is Saturday.
Wait
And
a
I was like, I'll just take a shower and
For
then I'll
context
go.
to the listeners, it is currently Thursday
Yeah, and I'll
as we
just
are recording.
I'll just go
no one
like
cares.
I'll just go like take a shower and start working on this, and I'll finish it when I get home and play Chivalry 2. And then I sat down and opened up my laptop, and there was a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm. And it all went downhill from there?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
I know what that's like.
Same.
I've been watching that Movies Explained by an Idiot series.
You don't have to explain it because we're currently recording.
The
Yeah.
title
Yeah.
is kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're getting kind of off track here.
Yeah. You had
Another question. Is there anything for your guys' character that you wanted to do that maybe you didn't have time or whatever to do?
Oh, yeah.
Travis, if you have any NPCs you want to do something with, you could throw that in as well.
Were there any ones that you had planned that you wanted to do that didn't pan out?
Maybe.
That obviously wouldn't come up, in the future.
Not really. I will say that there's plenty of things that I wish I explained better, because it was like usually right after we finish recording and like the day afterwards I would be like, oh my god, I could have explained that way better. I could have explained this way more clearly. I could have said things like this and it would have but it is what it is, and for the most part I'd say I got all my things in. You guys didn't act as horribly chaotic as I assumed you all would. Because I kind of prepared for the
Jesse just looked at Austin.
I kind of prepared for the absolute worst of, like, I was fully expecting, like, every place that you guys go into, you guys are just going to go in there with crowbars and start tearing the walls down to, like, get anything.
I'm in.
Yeah. So I was
Very
like,
aggressive, but yeah.
You know what? I should have used explosives to try and get into all the stuff in the stores. But then we just kind of robbed a bank, and it was okay.
The whole money situation and like gear and all that was more so me like strong-arming you guys into a particular narrative flow. I at least wanted you guys to have to survive with like makeshift things at least for a bit before like, okay, have gear now. And then I also didn't want to give you guys like a full run of like anything you could possibly imagine is here, and you can fully get yourself out to be, Master Chief 2.0.
Which,
Man, I still need to
Nate got really close to doing.
I still need to get power armor.
Just one of those things on the grocery list. Power
Yeah. I think like the one
Is
big
that your answer for something you wanted to do with your character?
No. The thing, well, yes, but the thing I wanted to do with Nade is Nade probably I've joked about it a whole bunch. Really likes fish and wants fish to be her space girlfriend, and that's just kind of
That's like moving forward stuff. Was there anything that you didn't get to do during the campaign?
Not really. I kind of wanted to do like, oh hey, I want Fish to be space girlfriend before it ended, but it ended before that could happen, which is pretty much why
I mean, it's
Nate
not
was
over.
like, well, yeah, but this season is.
Yeah.
But it's basically just why Nate was like super agreeable
Agreeable? You
agreeable with Fish and everything, and which is why I was so sad. But Fish is just fucking using her. It all goes downhill throughout the entire campaign for Nate.
Fish never really learned enough about the whole situation to really start trying to use
Yeah.
Nate. Fish was trying to evaluate whether or not Nate was a liability.
Oh, she is. Definitely. She's a liability that can hold her own against most of the problems that she causes.
Yeah, think about the way everyone treats her. This person is a liability. Not only just the people that you've met now, but also the people that you remember. The
Yeah.
way they've treated you. Yes, you are a liability.
I was a bomb for a while. I was almost a bomb again.
Yeah. All of you were almost a bomb.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, Jesse, I assume yours didn't get to work on my drone.
A little bit. I probably wished I could have spent a little bit more time trying to figure out. If I could go back and do one thing, it would probably be maybe take a closer look at different stuff that I was originally thinking about doing.
Which was?
Mainly to look at our character, like we had Hunter looking, but like we were down in the science area. I wanted
Trying
to
to figure out more about the why you're passing out.
Yeah, and I mean, I did that a little bit near the end where I would start taking random times and see if, like,
Yeah.
but we never did discover what triggered that, and that's kind of that's like one thing for me. But
Okay.
for the most part, yeah, the drone, and then that.
I wish I'd have just killed Hunter. It would have been. It would have been so easy to just be
That's the
like,
thing you
yeah,
wanted
Nade
to
would
do.
do that.
I had a contingency plan because I was like, okay, the first time they meet this character, one of them is probably gonna pull a gun or like attack. So I
So close.
I legitimately was like prepared for not necessarily you, but one of you guys to kill him.
It should have been mostly me.
Well,
Knowing me.
after the way you reacted with the smaller ones, I figured at that point, yeah, it would probably be you. But it would not have derailed the campaign if you had killed him.
Would have been funny.
It would have been funny. It would have been funny, and I imagine everybody would have been like, well, great, now what?
Yeah.
And then the ship explodes.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't explode. It just spawns the living apocalypse and then
Yeah.
makes the ship explode. Get it
technically-
right.
It's technically already exploding.
Yeah.
How about it explodes even more in...
I'm just freeing the explosion.
Just
freeing the
Yeah,
explosion.
the engine just decides
It's like
to
Free
leave
Willy.
is all.
It's like Free Willy, just let it go.
Yeah. You're up there, dude, sticking your hand in the air.
It's just
and
like a walking apocalypse.
Yeah, the apocalypse goes over you and your arm is gone. Ah! Anybody else got anything they regret?
Sip of water.
Fish? You?
Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
I have plenty of stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
I regret everything. This campaign, knowing you people.
There are two things that I kind of wanted to do in particular.
Mm.
One was confront Techno and try to figure out if joining up with whatever secret thing Techno was doing was the best way to be like on the winning side.
But you also didn't really have a lot of time for that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it looked like you were gunning towards that right at the end, and then I was like, yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah. The other thing was I wanted to have Fish just try saying Delta.
Yeah.
To like if Nate had approached Fish and said anything that made it click in Fish's head that Nate was romantically interested, the next words out of Fish's mouth would be Delta, Delta, Delta.
That's called date rape.
No, not that way. To be like, you don't know who I am, you've never seen me before, goodbye. Fish. If that was, Fish is not the most imaginative when it comes to how to solve problems, and so
I also know that Fish is not exactly the most socially adept individual.
yes, Fish is not smart either. Very little.
Man.
Which was hilarious because, like, Fish took the most, like, initiative during, not everything, but, like, a lot of different moments. And so, like, all of you guys were like, yeah, okay, Fish knows what she's doing. She's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
smart.
Fish was out of patience by the end of that. Fish was out of patience at the forest.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I could tell.
And Fish was blaming people for stuff that was their fault. And that's the thing, is that, like, Fish is, like, 100%, like, started that forest fire. But
I'm gonna go
blamed
get some
Nate
more drink.
Do that. Don't die, please.
The other thing I wanted
might.
to do at least once was try to kill someone. I wanted
You wanted PvP?
Fish to try to murder one of the other party members.
Awesome.
And
That's
not,
awesome.
and not necessarily in like a like confront them thing. Like, no, they're at the airlock. No one's watching. Flip the switch. They're gone. Oh no! Something happened.
There was a lot of... No, a lot. There were times where it was, like, just you and Nate alone. You could have,
Yes.
like... Yes. No, don't worry. Go ahead. Fall asleep in the hot tub. I will make sure you drown.
I think though it would be a huge fucking mistake to try and outright murder Nade.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Fish 100% thinks she can take Nate.
Nate 100% thinks she could take any one of you
Anyone-
three.
Well, yeah, that's like
all three.
Probably all three at once.
That comes with the territory of being half orc. Is like you can size up a room and go like, yeah, I can take everybody in here.
Look, I'm like apparently some ex-fucking extremist group member, kid that's been living on their own, grew up on the streets. I think I'm hot shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because I woke up in a fucking ship next to like 3 other people, and the only fucking inclination I have about anything is I'm the strongest person on this ship. I could punch any of you and you couldn't do anything about it. If you had guns though, maybe it'd be different, but in a straight up fist fight, I could knock you all out.
4 hands.
You have 4 hands that are weaker than my 2.
I mean, are they though?
Well, that's the thing, is that,
I don't know. You saw Fish do that sick, like, disarm maneuver to the psycho killer dude.
That
You can't-
even like ace inside his brain was like, that was actually kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't disarm fists, man.
You can.
No, you
He
can't.
had
Well,
swords.
not with just normal hands.
That's just now. That's a defeatist attitude.
no, I really kind of wanted to have this one attempt that would at least reveal to someone what.
Now I will say, you can always give it a second go.
Yeah, I kind of.
Now they're assets.
Hey, look down that ravine for me. Push.
Oh no,
I
there's
like,
a bunch of quicksand.
I really,
No.
I didn't want to attempt to kill another party member, but I did kind of want there to be PvP between Nate and someone else.
Oh, I guarantee you that if Fish had weapons at the start, wouldn't have hidden, wouldn't have tried to hide, would have tried to kill you if you acted the way you did. The whole
I guess it's
time,
good you didn't have weapons.
the whole time, Fish was like, "I need a gun or a sword or something," because Fish doesn't like not being in a position of power.
Plastic knives.
But
Yeah.
he's too stupid to understand what a real position of power is. So,
So actually, this is something that I wanted to do for this. Was do you guys have any questions that maybe I can clarify now? Obviously, I won't be spoiling anything if it is spoilers. But if there was anything that, like, I don't know, you guys wanted more of a clearer explanation of, or
I have one.
go ahead.
Were we meant to be able to find out what our real names were at any point in that, or was that something you completely avoided us figuring out?
So, everyone's names, I did not want to just give you guys your real names necessarily at any point. All of you guys, I wanted to have access, more or less, to something that you could use as a name. My intention was, okay, each of you have something that you could use for a name that's roughly within the area of where you started. Or you could just make up a name and decide for yourself what it is.
What was
So-
mine?
Yours, I don't remember. I have it written down, and the thing is upstairs. But it
It was
was the name
Boozy.
of the girl. It was the name of the girl who had the room that you were in. But also, I wasn't really concerned too much about you because before the campaign had started, you had already picked out a name.
Yeah.
And then same for you, Chris. I wasn't too worried about. I think I had something maybe, but you guys had already picked out your guys' names, so I wasn't all that worried. Ace, that's obviously a plot line, so I wanted to make sure that was something that you had. So even beforehand, I think I mentioned to you that Ace was the name that you were gonna see.
Yeah.
And then Fish had the name that was on the suit.
Truly Eternity.
Yeah, that was on the suit, and I was like, okay, those are
Is it a
names.
spoiler? Am I truly Eternity?
No.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I feel like I may have mentioned it, but the truly was someone else, and the suit was not meant for you. Wasn't your suit that you were in. It was just something that you were inside of.
Yeah.
And like another thing that I think probably does need a little bit of an explanation is, okay, the first night where Ace took Techno's body to go and do stuff, what he was actually like doing, because again, I feel like this was not implied very well by me, and that was completely my fault just because, new DM jitters or whatnot. But the idea was that he was gaining access to the ship to try and just get a lay of the land of what's going on. But he didn't really get very far or into it at all. It wasn't until he'd actually had like files copied over into the Eternity itself
Hey,
that he was able to.
who's the big guy that was pretending to be Hunter?
The big guy who's pretending
Yeah.
to be
What's his name?
What's his name?
His real name, Mr. Wilson.
Oh,
Wilson?
yeah. Francis Wilson.
I'm just gonna say, wasn't the name of the big dude from Snowpiercer Wilson?
I don't remember.
I think it was, which means that this campaign is canonically a continuation of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Travis.
So this has come up multiple times. There is a video on YouTube explaining like how Snowpiercer, the movie Snowpiercer, is a continuation of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And I absolutely hate this video because there is zero evidence that the guy brings up in the video for it to actually be connected to it. People have names that start with the same letter, and that's where that ends.
Big W, Travis.
Big W. And so Austin's been making fun of me by finding connections to Snowpiercer. Sure, yeah. It is.
It's
but
canon
it's
now.
so far in the future that Charlie and his Chocolate Factory and his stupid train,
Nade's a direct descendant of Willy Wonka.
well, he figured it out.
I think it has connections to Dennis the Menace.
Oh yeah, Mr. Wilson. That guy, wasn't it?
There was something I would like to ask for clarification on, actually.
Yes.
Because all we knew is there was like a weird box that was causing weird bad juju stuff to happen.
What the hell was that?
Yes. And also, what the hell was the thing that we dealt with?
Okay.
I have an idea.
This is literally what it was. Space is weird, and there's weird stuff out in space, and you guys are nowhere near anything that has been... Like, if you were to look in the book, to, like, look at, what's out in space on the map, you guys are nowhere near any of that. You guys are so far out there, you can run into absolutely anything. Even ghosts that aren't Starfinder ghosts. And
Because you can shoot Starfinder ghosts with guns and they die.
Yeah.
Which I kind of feel like isn't really a ghost, but whatever.
What are ghosts, anyways? Huh?
Don't. We don't want to get in a conversation about this.
So anyway, Mothman.
I fucking love
We
Travis.
can't get into this.
I want to
No,
make a
we
new
cannot.
character for season 2. I want to make a Mothman priest.
Okay. Well, you don't have to make a new character. You could just become one.
Yeah, that's Nade's new job.
Yeah, Nate rediscovers herself as someone who preaches for the Mothman.
The reason why the bridge shows because Mothman put explosives on it.
Okay, so basically, it's just a random.
So
Space,
yeah.
okay.
The idea was there was no important connection to it. It was just something that is there. It's twofold. In kayfabe, space is weird,
Mhm.
but actually, I just wanted to do that because I like doing scary stuff when it comes to tabletop games.
Fair enough.
Which I have I'm pretty sure kind of came through with the fact that I think 2, maybe 3 times, depends on what you're scared of. 3 times there's big creepy moments or scary moments. Throughout it.
I liked the super fucking metal moment where Nate just kind of decides, I don't want to be here anymore, and rips her arm off of the rebar.
Yeah, I was actually really hoping you would do that.
Okay, because the one of the things too is
I could go into detail about that whole scenario, but all of it is an homage to a series of point-and-click adventure games that not a ton of people know about,
okay.
but more people should. The what is it called? The
Siberia.
not Siberia.
So
Yeah, like those are the names of the game, but I'm trying to remember what the series is called. I've heard it called the Trilby series. That's what I knew it as. But I found out the Chuzo series of games. They're very good. They're very good. But I basically ripped a ton of stuff to homage it, and I figured it'd be safe because nobody knows what those games are.
Okay. Fair enough.
And they're cool and creepy, and I twisted some things around and moved some stuff, and
Different things.
the stuff under the tree was like more me than the other stuff. But yeah, space is weird. It's a weird, there's stuff out there, man.
Okay, and then I guess I'm going to go ahead and ask this question, and feel free to say it's spoiler territory and I don't want to talk about it. But that one moment when I did the one thing that no sane person should do in a D&D session is go off by themselves. It was like the second episode in, everyone was figuring out stuff. They all, Techno, Nate...
Oh, yeah!
Trying to remember exactly.
I went by myself to go...
Yeah,
check out the
something
stuff.
was behind you.
Yes.
I knew for a fact that something was behind me because of my animal instincts kicking in. Was that the big, brilliant, evil ghost thing, or was that something else entirely?
So, this sucks right now, because it's like, with that specifically, I'm going to say, there's more to it, but I wanted to instill the idea that the ship is not as safe as you would assume it was, and your animal instincts are kicking in, and you know that there's something behind you, and everything about your senses are telling you that there's a danger right there. But when you turn around, it's not there. There is more to it that will later on come from it, but it also is just kind of...
In other words, unfortunately, our ship is still haunted.
Yeah.
Sick. I mean, the machete is still there.
Yeah.
In the glass.
Things are... Yeah, the whole ship is weird. Like, things are off. I didn't want you guys to feel comfortable. Specifically, I didn't want you to feel comfortable. Especially because you decided to go off on your own.
It worked.
I'll just say this. If anybody had gone off on their own, they would have
Had a similar
experience where things would happen that are like, that's paranormal stuff over there, man. I saw ghosts. I think you told everyone
I did.
about that, and I think that's what started Nade on I'm haunted or something, or like the ship is haunted.
Yeah.
And then you guys ran into a ghost.
Yeah.
Literally, like next episode.
Nate did not enjoy
Fighting a ghost?
mostly anything on the ship. Also, I want to bring up just Nate fucking hating the Ratman, Ace. And, like, every single time I think about it, I'm like, man, there's no real, like, fucking reason I should have, like, been that upset with him.
Okay, it would make sense for you to be upset with him at first, but
Yeah.
that should have dialed down at some point. But
it didn't, and, like, I'm just keep thinking... I always think to myself whenever I'm thinking about, like, Nate and the Ratman, and I just keep calling him the Ratman now, because that's what I'm just so used to doing.
That's Nade's nickname for him.
Yeah, and, like, I just get back into the mindset of Nade, and I just am like, yeah, fuck that rat, what the fuck? And just, like, I can't explain it, but when I get into the mindset of the character, I just... don't fucking like the Ratman. I don't like him.
Well, there's probably good reason for that.
I can't explain it. It's just Nate takes over my soul for a minute, and then I don't like his character.
Takes the wheel. Nate takes the wheel.
Never let Nate do that.
No.
Yeah.
Unless it's a tank, maybe, and you want things to be leveled.
Tanks don't... Never mind.
As Fish, I always wanted to, like, use
Magic?
use Ace as
Oh.
like an ally against whatever weird things I think was happening. So it was this whole idea of like towards the end I wanted to have this whole thing of like, okay, don't say Delta, because I wanted to go into that whole like thing. So when you guys were talking and you were explaining things, I was like, oh.
That's really funny that we both went in those directions
Yeah.
independently.
So I was about to say, like, don't trust a single thing Techno says.
Literally comes out with it. It's like, all right, well,
So here's
That is
the truth,
incredible.
guy, I've been lying.
that's quite the Uno reverse card.
I did want to go back to that question I asked regards to Techno.
Mhm.
I'm going to preface this by saying that I love the stuff you did with Ace and all that.
Yeah.
Towards the end, I did kind of start getting bored of playing Techno the way I had been playing them. So robotic. I was hoping that maybe I would learn a little bit more about Techno's origins. Maybe get a little more cohesion between the different sides.
Well, Ace isn't there anymore,
Yeah.
and there's the whole idea behind your character was, well, I gotta be careful about how I word this because this is very important to things. But the fleshy bits and the robot bits are over time as you're getting more and more acclimated to things, are starting to work together better.
Okay.
So, like, when you first started out, you were extremely robotic, and then just over time, you're slowly acting more and more human, and you are functioning more and more like you're supposed to. In my head, the way that I had it worked out as far as like how you guys are leveling and stuff like that is all of this stuff is things you guys know, but over time, it's coming back to you.
Yeah.
And you're getting back to the point where you all were. So, like, again, there's way more, like, freedom. There's going to be more freedom.
Yeah.
And also, I will apologize for not having more for your character. It was a little bit... I wrote myself into a corner with Techno. I say wrote like I wrote down a script or anything like that. Techno is a character that I find interesting, that I think is going to be interesting as from the beginning to the end of the entire thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to has a bunch of interesting stuff about them that you can sit there and really, really chew on. That being said, there is more.
Yeah, I figured as much.
But the important stuff was having Ace there.
Yeah.
And the number one goal at the end of everything was to make sure that by the end of it, you guys had two bad guys. Wilson and Ace. Those had to be two bad guys. Everybody had to dislike them at the end. So the easiest way to do that was to put a gate up in front of you of like, okay, you cannot go beyond this point.
Yeah.
Because this guy, that was the easiest way to do it.
Yeah,
it's more or less.
That is kind of how I envisioned it the entire time too. Just getting more and more human.
Yes.
Yes. That was my only thing. I just kind of wished it happened a little sooner. Because I like Techno, and like I said, that moment at the end was my favorite moment. I think, honestly, it's pretty up there in all of the stuff that I played. But yeah, I just kind of got bored with playing them the way I had been.
I want to say, this is not to be mean or anything. I think it would be interesting to hear everybody's least favorite bits and why.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
that would be appreciated.
I already know mine.
Yes.
That part where we were going through the trash city
Yes.
with all the robots. It's probably just because we rolled so fucking bad, but it was just
pretty
like,
awful.
alright, we go through here, it's a trap, now we'll fight a robot. And then we did that like 4 times over and over again, and every single fucking time we rolled so poorly that it would take like 20 minutes to fight one robot. And I was just like, I'm done with this.
That was painful on so many levels.
My biggest regret is the flight sim thing, because I wanted to. I knew that the flight mechanics and the flying stuff in Starfinder is like it's an entire another game, and it's really complicated. And I was like, okay, I would like to try and streamline this in any way I could, And so I had spent like not a ton of time, but like I had spent some time trying to figure out, okay, what should I do? And I had everything like roughly written down. Like, okay, I think it'll work like this. And then I didn't like play test it at all or anything like that. And so when it actually came to the actual dealing with that, I cared more about the content of like what you guys got out of it and the fact that you did it, as opposed to the actual like rules of getting it done, which again is not necessarily a good thing or something that anybody else should ever do, because I still stand by the fact that I am not a very good DM. I've not been doing this for any amount of time, so that kind of stuff is still like my own laziness gets in the way of things like that. So I'm in complete agreement with you, Austin. Like the whole slums area, I wanted it to be more interesting, but I was also working during that time, and also like just my laziness and lack of not experience, but lack of
Adaptability.
yeah, like my fortitude as a DM was not very high, and so that whole I will say though, it felt very bad to have you guys just walk around a corner and then mercilessly beat a robot to death who couldn't get a single attack in. Wait, all of you can attest to this, because we've played where I'm a player as well, not just a DM. I roll awful all the time. Like,
I'll be right back.
Oh.
Okay.
I gotta use the bathroom. I was trying to wait.
All right. I'm awful at, like, I can't get high numbers often. So, like, the final battle, the
Living Apocalypse.
yeah, the Living Apocalypse, the dog fights, the robot, all of that. In my head, I was like, oh yeah, this'll be great. It'll be a fight back and forth between everybody. Maybe they'll use up their resources. It'll be fun. And then I just couldn't hit anybody. And so it was like, all right, well, I stand here and I just wail at this, this damage sponge until it dies. And yeah, all of that I'm disappointed about. But then again, also, I personally don't value combat as much as I do, like, role-playing and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just a personal thing.
Understandable. I don't know. I really didn't have any moments that I was kind of like, oh my gosh, this sucks. Honestly, it just...
I didn't think of a lot of them.
I think, honestly, the ones... I think I would have to agree, not because of how, like, the slums was designed, but just, like, that night, it was just awful for everyone. Like, we were rolling... We could not roll high enough to save anything. And how my character is built with computers and stuff, like, even if I would have to roll, like, a 1 to not be able to do anything good. But it's still, like, it was still just... Ugh, it was rough.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to agree with the slums as well.
Damn, everybody ripping into the slums.
Well,
hey,
the thing is...
I'm in that group as well.
Yeah, the thing is with the dogfighting is I didn't really feel like there was much for me to do as the co-pilot.
Yeah, and that, again, comes from that whole, like, what I want versus what I did and what I got out of it. And, like...
I'm much more familiar with running.
Yeah.
Stars fighting stuff.
The problem, though, was I would have gone to you, out of game, out of recording, I would have gone to Tom to ask about stuff like that. But that was kind of a thing designed for Tom's character to do.
Yeah.
Because Tom had built a character that was like, I'm a pilot, I can do these things.
I can fly.
And I was like, oh yeah, you'll never be able to do that ever. I didn't want that to happen. So I would have gone to Tom for like, hey, how do I design a like more streamlined, like fun combat system for like dogfighting? Because in reality, Starfinder doesn't really have any rules specifically for small ship-to-ship dogfighting. All of the mechanics are built around large ship. Everybody on the ship has a job, and it's like two crews fighting each other. Which is not really what I wanted. But I was like, okay, cool. I'll try and implement some of that by adding like a co-pilot thing. And yeah, it was not good.
There were things that could have been done with that I didn't want to jump in and try to say, oh, you could have them do this, and you could have them do this, because,
Yeah, we were recording in the moment and all that. And, I will say this, though. Hey, there's nowhere to go but up.
I mean, literally, it was slums.
Yeah.
Shut up.
That was kind of delayed, but alright.
How do you guys feel about the living apocalypse as a thing, as a concept, or because the entire campaign was built off of two ideas. One, oh man, there's a thing in the monster manual that's a living nuclear explosion. That's pretty rad. And also, oh man, it'd be cool if everybody woke up on a ship and there's nobody there.
The final fight for the living apocalypse didn't really feel like a normal ending D&D fight.
Yeah.
It was more like it's like in video games where you go to fight the final boss and it's mostly a quick time event.
Yeah.
part of that was just bad rolls, though.
And, well, not really. I would say most of it was. I don't think.
Like, I would not
The
say.
urgency of it came from it. The urgency was cut by the thing not hitting us.
I would.
I
I
can say
mean,
my intentions, and you could very easily tell like where my intentions were, and then where it got lost in not lost in translation, but where it didn't get translated at all. And that was the idea that okay, yeah, the living apocalypse, the thing you're actually attacking is the crystal that's in the center of it.
yeah. Like the thing about it.
And all of the extra stuff that you guys were doing was to decrease the AC of the monster so you could actually hit it.
Yeah, the thing about the living apocalypse is, I wouldn't call that a fight.
Mm-hmm.
We were just kind of doing stuff to kill this thing before it actually started to fight, because then we'd all be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like an ending event,
Yeah.
which is fine.
But then again, I guess it goes back to what I said a little bit ago. You know, I don't really care about combat as much as I care about other stuff.
I think honestly the idea you gave behind it is that it's a continuous power source that's being used as a ritual. I like that idea. That was actually kind of like, to me, that was really cool.
That was like the only thing I could think of for why it would be there.
It works.
Yeah.
It fits with the what's going on.
Also, I think the idea of a living apocalypse being created intentionally in any way is like, whoever did that's a villain. That's a bad guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. We kind of already figured out that Wilson was kind of sketch. I think even when we found some of his books, I think in his room, it said that he dabbed with necromancy, I think.
I don't think I...
Or something.
He was, like, magically inclined or whatever and had, like, a history of, like, doing magical sciences and the like.
There was something. We got that Lich joke that was going on.
And when you guys finished when Fish finished got all the evidence, he had mentioned that, like, oh yeah, I did some research on Francis Wilson, and the magical stuff that he dealt with was necromancy. Which was to imply the fact that, okay, yeah, even though he may seem like he's dead, he has necromantic abilities and the like, so maybe he's not dead. And also, this is like a tiny little thing, but the like liquid that's inside all of the orbed heads of all the robots.
What would happen if I drank it?
You probably puke and get sick.
No knowledge?
I don't know. I knew what...
Roll to find out.
I was like, I know what the texture of that is, which is like, in my head I was like, it's like shampoo or like conditioner. It's like, like weirdly silky. But I was
Smooth as it goes down.
yeah, I was like, I don't know what it is, man. I still don't know what it is. But Hunter's was like a slightly different color. He had like a weird greenish color into the core of his, which is something that I like said once offhanded, and I think other people were also talking maybe, and it was
Wasn't it in reference to Fish's moat because like for the color green?
no, it was more like it was before Fish even got the moat. It was the first time you guys saw him. I was like, oh yeah, I was describing what he looked like.
You didn't mention that he was. You definitely
He was
told us
different.
he was different.
Yeah, he was different.
But we could have just naturally chalked it up to like, oh, he's like a more advanced model.
I also, I had a lot of fun with the last episode doing the robot voices, and also the idea of having just like a storage closet full of like second in commands.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, there's a bunch in here. Just grab one and plug them in.
I fucking love the complete 180 Nate did at the very end.
It
of,
just took.
Yeah.
Here's a coat and a hat. Let me
Yeah.
take those sleeves off for you. Yeah,
It's-
you look like a real orc now.
it
You're like,
took-
this is the greatest shit ever.
yeah, it took something not trying to fucking murder me for once.
I'm First Officer Nade, and this is my favorite ship in the universe.
Yeah, it's literally just like, wait, there's good shit here too. Hold on, wait a minute. I killed all the bad stuff. Let's take a look at this.
That's like another thing that, like, I mean, it's for the future, so it can just wait. But like, I am curious to know what's gonna happen to the Eternity in itself. Like, will the robots be purged or?
Well,
Nate's gonna be real sad if she goes back to the
whole
main
thing is
room.
going to be gutted. That's what you guys were told. Was like it was going to be all of the, basically everything that isn't considered the ship itself is going to be taken out. So anything superfluous is going to be removed.
So
It
Nate's
does
super.
have no engine now.
Doesn't have an engine. That's being worked on. And also, I was kind of caught up and I didn't really mention it, but the Apocalypse crystals are yours. You guys have those.
I mean,
Which so not a whole lot of them, but you guys have an Apocalypse crystal or two,
Cool.
and then whatever little itty bits were stuck in Fish. I'm more excited about the next stuff to happen.
I want to be Cowboy Bebop.
I fully intend for there to be some Western stuff going on.
Fuck yeah.
And again, I want this to be more open. You guys are completely free to go where you want and do where you want as long as it's on the planet because your planet locked at the moment.
so this is
Fuck the police, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
so this is 100% like Telos essentially.
So yeah.
Yeah, I had made... That was an
I'm
interesting thing I had made a comparison to, because we had said Parargus was like the Eternity, kind of.
Yeah.
And then I had made the Telos comment.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
kind of funny.
Yeah, now
It's
you're
like we're stuck here now.
So,
But speaking of things next
Yeah.
that are happening next,
Oh yeah.
Curse of Strahd.
fuck yeah. Ah.
We still need a name.
New content.
Now,
New cool
now,
content.
So we don't have a name for whatever this campaign is going to be. So
Spooky
if
boys.
anybody wants to use any of the social medias to throw a name out there for what it could be, by all means,
Yeah.
knock yourself out.
Maybe not
No, literally,
Instagram. I haven't actually looked at that in the longest fucking time. I forgot about
don't
it.
use the Instagram.
We got Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit.
Maybe I should just delete
Wow,
it.
look at all those websites.
Whoa!
Uh,
Actually, you can't look. Listen.
I mean, you can
well,
look
you
at the
can look at the
website.
website, but you listen to us.
I
Yeah.
have one last question about
Go ahead.
the Eternity before we go on.
Please.
What size of Apocalypse Crystal do I currently have wedged in me? What's the biggest one?
The biggest one?
Because that's a Solarian.
Well, I thought we got them taken out.
The ones that are wedged in you are pretty small.
So,
I'd have to look.
yeah.
Because I don't have the books down here at all. But,
Because Apocalypse Crystals are
yes.
Solarian weapons.
Yes.
Melt them all down into a nice ball. Apocalypse sword.
There is more to that.
Apocalypse
that will
bullet.
be revealed later because it is important.
Apocalypse grenade.
There is a reason why I gave them
Stop
secrets. An apocalypse grenade?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Don't.
I could do it.
Please don't give the idea.
I have the materials.
All right, moving on to Christmas God.
Oh yeah, like I was saying. If anybody's got any names, we're probably going to be like shooting some ideas. If you got a name for the campaign, cool, awesome. Let us know. As far as like, hey, obviously we should talk about some stuff with it, but I assume everybody's got a little bit of their character that they're going to kind of keep to themselves here until we get into the campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, there's a lot, I think.
There's
Okay,
a lot,
good,
I think, for all of us.
Good, awesome. That's gotten me more hyped.
You three have more secrets. That is, Chris, Austin, and Jet, and Travis all have secrets that I've worked out with them and talked with it a little bit.
I just learned my secrets today.
Oh wow!
I need to reread my secrets.
Yes.
Tom just threw a lot at me.
Well, it's funny. You picked something,
Yeah.
and like I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, well, this is his motivation. This is what they're doing right now. And so I was like,
I just kind of looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then,
yeah.
oh, okay.
If you
Cool.
if you go to Van Richten's guide and look at the section on them, it's like, oh, that's what's going on. But Jesse, I haven't worked with you for like secrets yet.
That's fine.
I have some stuff,
Oh.
but because I'm getting involved in each of your guys' backstory series. You're coming up with them a little bit,
Which has gotten me super excited because I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm way, way, way more comfortable being a player than being a DM here. And things will actually function, and like everyone will know the rules.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, we're
rules
playing
will make
5e.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because we're playing 5e.
Yes.
I can use D&D Beyond again.
yeah, and I'm a huge fan of the Ravenloft campaign setting from like 3.0 and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I've got a lot of stuff from that I'm pulling on for this stuff too.
There's a lot of excitement going for this campaign.
Yeah.
That being said,
But someone is going to Disney World. It's ruining our whole.
Yeah.
that being
You had to
said,
go and ruin it.
I did.
How dare.
There's going to be some time here. So another thing.
Actually- Just come with me.
We'll do it at Disney World.
I can't get everyone.
Well.
Well, we'll drop some people from the campaign.
Damn.
Yep. Wow. Oh yeah.
Sorry,
so
Travis.
there's like a 30% chance that maybe there would be a new person.
It's higher than that.
Higher? Okay. So
Wait, there's a chance that there's not going to be a new person?
no, there's like a higher percent chance that there's going to be somebody new. Higher than 30.
She is going, like, she's planning on it.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, so it's not.
So we're most likely going to be having a new person. We'll do some, we'll do some like test runs or
She
whatever.
was supposed to be here tonight, but she
This
thought
is
this was
not
going
a
to happen.
good start.
She was going to,
Well, it probably is better that she isn't here for this night particularly.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, because we're
yeah.
talking about it.
because she was going, but, I had said, like, Fridays is when we usually did stuff.
Yeah.
And so she made plans on a Thursday.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
So, I was thinking that a good way to introduce her to the group and see if she fits the vibe and all that stuff,
Be with, like, a one-shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which
like,
we have time to do.
Yeah, while I'm gone, put her through the ringer, boys.
When exactly are you leaving?
I'm leaving the
week
20th.
of the 20th. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait, I'm leaving the 21st,
Okay.
but I'm preparing, the 20th. And then I'm coming back, I think, on the 3rd or the 4th.
Okay.
Okay. So it'll be, like, sometime during that week that we'll record the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And so we should, if all things go as planned, our first episode should go up on the 11th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first
Sounds
episode
good.
of Christmas Strong should go up on the
Nice,
11th.
nice.
Sounds good.
That being said,
Although I might be fucking working the 8th or the 9th because My bosses are real fucking upset that I am taking weeks off of work. But whatever, fuck them.
All right.
So yeah,
I was gonna
probably
say
more
something, but
episodes
it's
of
gone.
bonus action.
It's gone. What happened to it?
We
Hold on.
hijacked it.
Let me think.
I take the ideas and I steal them.
You're not allowed to think.
I don't pay you to think. It's gone. It's completely gone. I've forgotten what it was now.
So yeah, I'll be DMing.
Yeah.
And,
Tom's gonna be DM. I'm gonna be. Oh, right. Now I remember what it is because it was a warning. Prepare yourself for some edge.
Oh, hell yeah!
Not hardcore edge, but it's gonna be edgy.
Nothing
Yeah,
personal,
fuck
kid.
yeah. It's Curse of Strahd, that's what you signed up for.
Yes, it is.
Sunshine and Roses. It's death and destruction and despair.
I have a skeleton arm,
Everybody's got like switchblades and like.
grease hair.
Yeah. You're moving a little.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Switchblade
Think about
comb.
vampires, they usually have like this.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Strahd with a
Tell me
switchblade
more. Tell
comb.
me more.
Oh no!
I'd be scared of it.
I will say, I will not be doing a Romanian style accent for Strahd when I play him.
Thank
It's too much
goodness,
to
because
keep
that'd be rough to have to do that.
Hey Tom, I'm gonna get the gun this time around.
Well, it's a good thing I will be doing the accent. No, I won't.
No reading ahead, Mister. I've already done 2 campaigns of Curse of Strahd.
I've only done one.
I thought you did 2.
No, the
You were
second
Santa, weren't you?
the second one was
that
I was
wasn't an
Santa
actual- That
for.
wasn't a finished campaign.
That
You
was-
didn't do that.
Yeah,
And
And
I
the
was
one shot
Santa.
wasn't a finished campaign either. That one barely counts. Nobody knows.
Yes.
Nobody
only
cared
done
about me
Curse
until I
of-
put on the mask.
I've only done one Curse of Strahd and one Strahd Must Die Tonight.
That implies more.
I mean, there could be more.
So
I am. This
Cool.
campaign.
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You want to fight about it?
Maybe I do.
Van Ricken's Guide to Ravenloft is amazing, but I've dove into the original Ravenloft stuff from early on and into the lore from that, and I'm pulling from some of that lore and handing it to some of you guys as characters and stuff like that.
I'm very happy with how my characters turned out.
Yeah. When I say your character is actually not the most complex or involved.
Uh-huh.
I think all of us are pretty hyped about our characters. Because I think this is, for any of the campaigns that we've ever done, this is probably the most like in-depth any of us have ever gotten into like the entire creation process of a
Yeah.
character. Because like most of the time it's like either, oh hey, we're starting tonight, let me real quick make a character. Or it's like, hey, I've had this character planned out like 6 weeks in advance. I know everything about them and exactly what they are. Here it is. It's finished now. This is a lot more like the DM is involved, man.
Yeah.
The DM's involved.
Yeah. Because I wanted to treat it a bit more like, okay, we're planning to do this as a podcast, so let's plan a little bit more. But
Yeah, like maybe we should have done.
Yeah, that would help.
We just kind of
Yeah,
started.
the
Travis.
last one it worked so much more
Hey,
than we didn't know.
You're the one who offered.
Yeah, that is true.
But that's also why I'm purposely like giving you guys stuff that you don't want to tell each other.
Yeah.
Because that way
Cool.
it'll be revealed when it's revealed, if
Nice.
it's revealed. It'd be hilarious.
We're all too
everything
good at-
all goes to hell, and it's like
We're
none
all
of
too
it
good at
matters.
keeping secrets, and none of it will ever get revealed.
We're now having a fist fight
We
with
talked
Strahd
about
at
it.
level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just talked about it in the Ravenloft market crash. Oh yeah, this stuff
Yeah,
never
yeah.
came up, but there's all
Yeah.
this.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing: there are a lot of possibilities as to how this can go, because
Strahd's my boyfriend.
Yeah, it never came up, but my character is Strahd's Castle.
Yeah.
I have so many questions.
He's not allowed to go inside me anymore because I'm not his.
Oh.
you must ask permission.
Oh my
Oh no.
Consent is very.
Let's get off this topic.
Yeah.
It's the Lord of the Rings tramp stamp, speak friend and enter.
Um,
Oh no.
So I rolled all the random stuff in the Van Ricken's Guide to Ravenloft, and then I dove into the old Ravenloft campaign setting with 3.0 mainly. Then I looked up the old adventures that were the first Ravenloft and the Ravenloft sequel thing, and read that stuff. And there's so much stuff involved that I didn't know about before that I have now incorporated. And so there's all these secrets that it's possible for none of you to ever encounter, but I've tried to put in ways that it will draw you into it. However, on the other hand, the random stuff I've rolled has turned the Barovia in this version of Curse of Strahd into a powder keg. And it is, the way it's written, it's meant that if bad stuff happens, if everything goes wrong, there's a couple backup villains. And
Strahd just fucking dies. Well, he accidentally spills some holy water on a mouse, and the mouse goes off to Strahd. Strahd eats the mouse and fucking dies, and now we have to fight the mouse that he ate, who's now undead.
I am Strahd's cousin.
So
Where's
we were
Strahd?
going to go boldly.
Where's Strahd?
So
And then his
Strahd's cousin is a character. So just be aware that
I like how Chris just made that as an offhand joke. It's oh wait, it's actually a thing.
Van Richten's Guide to giving a strike every time.
people don't get how expansive the Ravenloft campaign setting is. It's like Forgotten Realms. It's like Greyhawk. It's like
a campaign setting.
Yeah, it's really is. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh god, there's a cat in the room.
Yeah.
How'd you get in here? Don't answer me.
No reaction.
So there's
rolled her
characters
stealth
in the
check.
story that would just be, characters that are in Curse of Strahd that now, because of some of your backstories, you meet them, once you find out who they are, your character's got to be oh man, based on who this person is and who I'm, connected to, I should probably kill this person. But if I do, I'm losing an ally against Strahd. But look, it's possible for things to go in a lot of different directions with this. Because it's possible for it to play out exactly like intended for Curse of Strahd. It's possible for you to just go straight through and do the same adventure, the same typical stuff. It's also possible for you to, depending on how things go, for you to show up and everything's already happened. It's all gone horribly wrong. And so you showing up is Strahd's oh, hi. Can I help you with something? I'm a little busy. Yeah,
there's some fucking bird trying to suplex me right now.
did we do this exact same?
Yes,
exact
Yeah.
Same joke.
But was it on podcast?
It was not.
There you go.
Fresh material, boys.
Looks like meat's back on the menu.
I'm one for the people.
Oh no.
So, just to clarify, it is 100% possible for things to play out as they should. It's also 100% possible for things to go horribly bad. It's 100% possible for one of you to become a Dark Lord in Ravenloft and one of the other domains. It's possible for one of you to replace Strahd. It is possible for for you guys to redeem Strahd. All these things are potential things that could happen because of the way that the Ravenloft campaign setting works out and some of the details that I found and the stuff that we've built into your characters. So, you guys have got a wide variety of solutions, and you're carrying matches around a place that's filled with spilled barrels of TNT and gasoline and gunpowder everywhere. So,
Must listen podcast. Anything could happen.
I can't wait.
Anything could
I cannot wait for one of us just to
Me
accidentally strike that match. It's just everything goes cascading out of control.
There's 3 or 4 backup villains that I didn't even realize were in Curse of Strahd, but they're actually kind of vaguely mentioned in the book. they're expanded upon in Van Richten's guide. And if you look up the names of them in the old Ravenloft stuff, there's a whole like backstory as to who this is, why they're there, and what they do, and how they act. So I'm like, okay, well, we got this guy. So if this happens,
Is one of them Strahd's butler?
Strahd's butler, Roddy, I believe his name is.
Rodney, gotcha.
Is not one of the backup villains, but if you succeed against Strahd without killing him, he does come after you.
Oh.
He's not powerful enough to really be one of the villains, but there's like 2 backup Dark Lords. There's Strahd has a couple relatives involved. There's a one potential villain that is. There's some funny names with the Von Zareviches.
More on Sunford. That was not as funny as you guys are making it.
One of the villains.
How many go?
You got him.
It's possible for a villain who's basically Ultimate Cars from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Hell yeah.
There's a potential villain who is like almost identical to let's say Peter from What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, I need to watch that.
Oh, Peter gone. Poor guy.
And there's some shockingly powerful allies in Curse of Strahd. It's funny reading the old Ravenloft stuff and finding, that person is just friends with Strahd? Okay. Volo, from Volo's Guide to Monsters, is just a friend of Strahd's.
Oh.
Why wouldn't he be?
Okay.
Isn't Strahd a monster? Gotta get an interview.
Interview with a vampire, one might say.
No.
Oh.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Disappointing.
Only a degenerate would say that.
But yeah, do any of you have questions for me about what we're doing with Curse of Strahd?
I do not, because you talk to me all the time about it. So I feel
Yes.
like if I were to think of
keeping
it...
many secrets from you.
Okay, fine. I see what
Keep your secrets.
I kind of want to just like there are some things, but I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it when you and I finally talk about my character stuff. So
Yeah, there's I'm thinking of questions now, and I'm like, but I feel like those are going to get answered.
You have the least
When we
amount. You have the least amount of secrets because you're not quite the same type of thing as they are.
yeah.
So
You're not cool as us.
a monster.
You're not undead.
Hey, I keep fucking forgetting everybody's, race and class. What does our party fucking look like again? I know I am gonna be Eldritch Knight, so Fighter Reborn, so I'm a Revenant. Travis, what are you?
Are we doing race as well?
Yeah.
Okay, Dampier, Artificer.
I am a Dampier sorcerer.
And then the one person that doesn't belong in this at all, human druid variant, human variant.
You don't disbelong. Not belong. You don't dis not belong.
I don't.
you're very werewolfy.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
That's the thing that's not being said
and
there.
our other player is playing a Hexblood.
I
What?
don't remember a whole lot what Hexblood is.
What is
They're
Hexblood?
the children of hags.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Not
Now
me.
I remember what it is. After you told me, I remember what it is.
I already have how she's involved in this stuff. I haven't had the chance to talk to her about
Sick.
the details, but
Oh yeah, there's another person.
We talked about
Fuck.
Yeah, we already talked about that, man.
Yeah,
Those
I
peppers are doing something to your brain.
yeah, I don't fucking know. I was like,
Slowly roasting it.
so we're just gonna have some fucking random hag? What the fuck? What are you talking about? And then I remembered there's another fucking person.
I had another person ask to be involved. I'm not sure if we could do that, but
I-
too many people. Too
yeah,
many people.
that's
Let's
true.
slow our roll here, man.
Yeah, there's.
Man, we're getting
I
so
don't-
popular. Look at
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough couch seats for that.
No, there isn't.
No. Well, technically
Technically,
there
yes,
is.
but it'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough microphones for it.
I just bought it.
I mean, there is now.
and I have another one.
Okay.
Checkmate, Travis.
But I think that once you get that many people, you're kind of getting at the
3,
point.
4.
It becomes a little difficult.
6 is my max in terms of players. So
Well, I think we should have more than just one campaign under our belt.
I think
before we
also,
start,
though-
like,
yeah,
getting 6 players.
Yeah, I think
involved.
also though for a podcast that's a bit much.
Yeah, that's a lot of voices to listen to.
yes.
I would also say like
We had some experience with that with our.
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
one shot.
We did a test run. If you're
Yeah.
not aware, that
If you're not aware, stay unaware.
yeah,
It was rough. It was funny, but it was rough.
It was
It was
funny.
rough.
It was fun for us, and it was funny for
Yeah,
us.
I don't know how fun it is to listen to. I haven't done it.
I
Everybody-
guarantee you.
It's very difficult to.
There was a lot of talking over.
Everybody was
Because that was
talking over
the
each
thing with
other.
that is we had 2 guest people playing, and they kind of had their side thing going too.
Yeah.
They
It's-
did not care at all. There was so many times where shit would be going on in the plot and like somebody else would start something with somebody else
Yeah.
and like as the plot was going they'd just keep going with their shit that they started as the plot was
I'm not gonna
being
lie, I did
done.
that too, but
But
I think
yeah.
we all kind of. But it was a test run, and I
Yeah.
think we kind of were like, oh, it's
Yeah,
whatever.
it made us realize, oh, hey, when people are talking, we should stop talking.
It was
and
more
also,
sound check than
Yeah.
anything else.
and also,
It was a
helped
learning
us Figure
experience.
out how to set up
Yes.
this setup to be as functional as it is, which isn't highly functional, but it's better than I don't know something else.
Hey Tom, we gonna meet any of our characters from the one shot
Oh
in
no.
Barovia?
Well, they were from like different dimensions
No.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Sick. No crab man.
Yeah. Oh, so
No
basically,
crap, man.
the test run we did was Strahd Must Die Tonight, which was basically a one shot where
Yeah,
you
and it was
speed run to kill
also-
Strahd.
It was
And all the
like
characters-
Halloween.
Yeah, all the characters are like from different dimensions. You're a strike force, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
SEAL
It was a
team-
military operation to
Yeah.
kill Strahd.
The best
Steel
of the
Team
best. Steel Team Garlic.
Our Patch is the Dragon Ball Z character.
I still, despite, despite how it went in the conversation stuff, I will dive at any chance to hear Tyler come up with a character.
Yeah, his
Because
character was very strong.
Yeah, he comes up with some wild stuff, and it's always stuff that is intentionally busted.
Yeah,
Like his 3.5, or was it Pathfinder or something? He made a character that was
Which
a
one?
centaur that had 4 attacks.
no,
Or
it
something.
wasn't a centaur. It was a Kasatha.
Yeah, I don't know.
The same as what I was for because he had 4 arms.
Okay,
Rode
but it was the
horseback
Pathfinder version.
and made a Pathfinder Kasatha rode horseback with 4 lances because
Yeah.
if you charge in Pathfinder with 4 lances, you deal like quadruple damage or something like
Mhm.
that, and so you could make like 4 attacks with a single charge action.
And they're all like quad damage. And
Yeah, it was.
he would basically be like, alright, point me in one direction and send me off, and everything over there will be dead.
I'd honestly love to get Tyler on here sometime, maybe just as a one shot or whatever.
Yeah, I was actually intending on getting people to show up as guests for
Yeah.
Starfinder as well.
That would've been
As-
cool.
I loved having him do his. I don't think you weren't here for that.
I saw
Yeah.
one time he appeared
Yeah.
after the fact.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, one of our we talked about it enough. The
The Warlock campaign.
Yeah.
Warlock
Eberron
campaign.
Eberron.
He revised the character to play for like 2 episodes. I think is like he showed up. I say episodes.
He showed up for 2, I think,
He
because
played for 1 session, and then later on he showed up again and just kind of.
There's also another character that showed up that was Travis's.
yeah,
Oh right.
the turban.
Yes. Yeah. The turban. I was like, Arturo didn't show up.
Travis,
That's the only. Yes.
if you want, just think of a bunch of shitty, useless magic items that Arturo would make and send it to me, because Arturo's gonna be popping up again at some point in my one campaign that I was supposed to be doing shit for tonight.
I have one for you, which I'm actually stealing from a buddy at work, who is also who's also using the Arturo character. This is a magic item that he made for Arturo to sell. It's a it's a 1,000-degree knife. What it is. And it's a knife that when you activate the gem in it, it heats up the blade, but the blade instantaneously melts, and you need to make a dex save. Otherwise, you get burned.
That's incredible.
That's amazing.
I like that.
Just imagine like a bad guy gets a hold of that knife.
I'm imagining either that or we're in a bad situation here. Oh, this enemy is weak to fire. Let me use this 1,000. I'm glad I spent all this gold on this item. You activate it. Now make a dexterity saving throw to drop it before the melted blade lands on your wrist.
How much damage does it do? Do you remember?
I've got no idea.
An amount.
Yeah, an amount.
1,001 damage for every degree.
Wow. it touches your wrist and you're just like, you disappear.
You melt too?
Yeah.
At some point, I would like to start to do some sort of session where we record and put out our
offshoot thing.
Our alternate campaign that we're doing at the same time as recording. That we did throughout Starfinder. The one that's setting in my campaign setting that I made up. So
Yeah,
totally.
I would love to do
I'd
that.
like to
Put some pebble on.
I'd like to keep the characters that we've got for a section.
Yeah, there's no reason why we need to stop that. We can pick it up just like we're doing with Starfinder.
Yeah, I think the next time we do that campaign, I want to record for it, and we'll just do a short intro for our characters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Stuff.
That'd be cool.
I can already think of the intro for Zelda.
This is gonna be
God, Zalora's
a
fucking...
drastic shift from both Starfinder and Straw. It'll be a drastic shift.
I have so many plans for your guys' characters. It's like
my fucking character.
Oh, wow. It's great to hear an actual DM be like, I have so many plans. And I'm like, great, man. I got nothing.
Man, fucking Zalora. I find it super funny because Zalora is more the speed of type of character that I usually play. How I usually play a character, and like fucking Nade and this character that's coming up are just so far out of the realm of what I normally do.
Oh, but that's the best, isn't it, though? When
It's
you get
so...
to play something, you're like, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
And then you start it, and you're like, I'm so good at this.
Yeah, I specifically made just like a Nade to play for a medieval campaign too, because I really liked playing the type of character.
Yeah. And also, you gotta keep the character, the RP juices flowing. I don't like that. I don't like this.
Let the RP flow through you.
Oh no.
RP juices aren't exactly.
RP juices are a little bit.
That's for the after hours RP.
Yeah. I fucking love our characters in the other one a lot. I fucking love...
Have we explained those characters?
I think we talked about them a bit.
Who?
The ones in his campaign.
Zalora.
Okay.
We talked. I believe we talked about them in
Not Malabar.
Malvin.
investment opportunities.
Yeah.
We definitely talked about it.
I know.
Yeah.
There's been a few times when during that campaign you'll say Malabar,
I said Malabar,
but I don't correct you because I'm like, it's close enough. It's fine. I get where you're coming from.
We got Salazar. Yeah.
Salazar knocked.
We got Malbeth. We got Zalora, and then I just keep fucking lying about my last name so nobody actually knows it.
We're
except,
shapeshifters.
yeah, except I think everybody knows my last name now because they've met my family. Unless they just don't make that connection. And then we
What's
have
your
Pebble.
tribe name?
Huh?
The real... you've been using your tribe name, kind of.
Arbulin.
So, yeah. So that's not really like your family name,
Uh-huh.
per se. Yeah, because technically, both of you are a Woolen tribe.
Oh, yeah. So no one knows my last name.
Yeah.
Mwahaha.
And your family has only used their first names.
Yeah.
What Austin didn't finish with that is my last name is hilarious for my character.
Gurnbast.
Yep.
Something like that.
Gurnbast.
The randomly generated Dragonborn names are
Phenomenal.
ridiculous.
I will say, I also, for my character, I won't give it away, but my character's name for the Curse of Strahd, I did a random generator on this one. First try, it is the most wonderful name.
Perfect.
It's perfect for my character.
I had to shop around for mine a bit.
Hey, I still don't have a name.
You're nameless.
Yep.
Well, you do, but you can't use it.
Oh.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I guess so.
Yo, hold
I
on.
wasn't planning on using
It's
it.
taken.
It's taken. Oh.
All right then.
Oh, no.
You have to, in your introductory, you have to give the listeners the entire spiel about Pebbles.
Oh, yeah.
Have
Or as you continue to call him Copper.
Yeah.
It's just because in your brain you're like, small thing. The small thing over there.
Copper and Pebble are both like termed.
Yeah. They're very like simple names and stuff like that. And one's a goblin and the other one's a kobold. So.
I
ascended goblin. Get it right.
If you can call it a
I
goblin
so
anymore.
badly want to, for Pebble, like really tap into the pebbles that you've got and make them magic items.
Legendary magic items.
Yeah, I know.
I put them in my other equipment and it deletes them.
He's just like, goodbye.
D&D Beyond doesn't fucking like me at all because every single time I go into it, I'm like, how do I do this? How do I get an item into here? How do I edit this thing? And everybody's like, you this stupid idiot guy, what the fuck's wrong with you? You press the button that's like edit. I'm like, there is no button. What are you talking
Well,
about?
that's because that's on the app, and we don't really know how the app
I've
works
also
because it's
noticed
new.
that like certain phones, it like just kind of doesn't work
Like,
well with.
Yeah, it just
stuff
doesn't
that.
like. There's so much shit on like D&D Beyond that everybody's like, "Oh yeah, do you just press this button?" I'm like, "What the fuck is that button?" And they're like, "Come here, let me show you. Where the fuck is the button?"
It's because you're using the app,
Well, yeah,
and everyone else uses the website.
D&D Beyond works way.
I was on the website. I switched to the website on my phone, and it still didn't have anything.
Well, regardless, D&D Beyond works way better when you've got like a computer that you're using it with because you don't have to sit there and constantly flip through like 4 menus to get to the thing that you're looking for. And then my phone sucks and takes forever to load a page. So whenever it's like, what features and traits do I have? Okay, let me go over here, wait for it to load. Okay, now I can look through it. Oh, now I need to make a skill check. All right, now I got to go back over here, wait for it to load. Okay. Find it, there's my skill. I mean, all that being said, the fact that I can just like scroll a little thing and be like, oh, I've taken this much damage, is, I'll take that over keeping track of a regular sheet. Even though I appreciate having pen and paper, or pencil and paper, whatever evil, horrible person uses a pen to do stuff on their character sheet.
Pen and paper RPG, biggest lie. of all.
Yes.
It's pencil and paper. Get it right, plebs.
No,
Well, I mean, I guess it would be pen and paper if
Pen was abbreviated.
you reprinted a new page every level, and then you in 10 wrote down
and
your
every time you took
stats.
damage,
Well,
and every time you healed,
but the
and
hell,
you got items.
yeah, well, it's
Listen,
impossible unless you've got a whiteboard as your character sheet.
You just have a bunch
But
of
even then,
whiteboards in
you
your
wouldn't be
room.
able to use a pen for that. It'd be a marker. Pens are cool.
The pen is a lie.
And teller.
Shut up.
alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I actually wouldn't mind recording like our other campaign that we do with Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're gonna
like I said,
we're
it
gonna
would
pause
be,
it for a while,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so when we come back to it,
will
Yeah,
roll in. Well, it'll be
They're
a rolling
doing-
start.
they're doing family stuff, which leaves me No.
Yeah.
You're
Was
involved
it?
in it,
Wait.
so not-
Me,
I know.
Jesse, and Chris. There we go. What the fuck? That leaves us to do our own thing,
You say
and
Pebbles.
Yep.
Barney, my Pebbles!
and I'm going
Oh my
to.
God, if there's a kobold named Barney.
You might.
Yeah, he's the wrong
Yeah.
one.
Some stuff might be mentioned about alien campaigns and stuff like that, because I'm gonna start a alien campaign with me, Chris, Jesse,
Yo.
my boyfriend, and one of me and my boyfriend's mutual friends.
Alien as in, like, the movies.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Because I
Xenomorphs.
think, like, recently they released a book.
I think it was 2019 I saw when I looked it up.
Yeah. But, like, they released a book, and my boyfriend was super fucking into that idea, and I was like, I'm super fucking into the idea. I really liked Isolation and the first two movies, and I heard that that's where all that stops.
Yeah, just leave it there, man.
But I'm gonna
Go
look.
no further.
I'm gonna go all the way and watch all the movies, but, you know.
I'm sorry.
May
I
God
mean,
have
Are
mercy
you gonna
on
go
your
to
soul.
Prometheus and all that?
yeah.
The
But yeah,
face Travis just made.
I'm gonna DM some
I'm pretty sure
alien
that's everyone's
stuff.
face, let's be honest.
I haven't seen it, so.
My boyfriend said he likes Prometheus, I think.
Travis is like, you gotta dump him now.
I mean, no. You know, just if there's ever a situation where you need to run away from things, just remind them that you can go left and right.
I don't know what that means.
You will.
Oh, you will. You will understand completely.
So yeah, we're actually getting close to time up for that. We'll do some closing things, and then we're gonna go watch Bad Batch.
Is it up?
No, I don't think it's up, but I'm behind it. Like,
Oh
so
yeah, you just didn't watch stuff.
I was at work.
Yeah. Why are you gonna work instead of watching Star Wars?
Eventually, one day, I'd like to go back and do on the podcast another Star Wars.
I would love to do
I
Yes.
want to do Star Wars so much.
Oh my god, everyone will get to see how little I know about Star Wars.
I already have like
What's
a
a trained
character. I already have a character concept that I really want to fucking do.
You see?
I want it to
I've
be
had this
like
character for like 6 months.
more than that, Travis. Come on.
It was probably the end of our last Star Wars campaign, let's be honest.
Close to,
Yeah.
actually. I think it was more so actually close to our the end of our Warlock campaign, where you were like, I kind of want to play Star Wars again. I got a
Travis,
character.
the second we fucking ended Star Wars, I wanted to do more Star Wars. But I wanted to do something like after Order 66, maybe like pretty soon after it, because I wanted to do a Jedi that's in the exploratory corps, so like I fucking failed at being an actual Jedi, so I'm just gonna go explore and stuff, I guess.
Agricore, you mean?
The what?
The Agricore?
No, the ones that explore new hyperspace lanes and planets and stuff. The agriculture people are
That's
the farmers.
When you said the failed, the ones that didn't make it, that's Agricore.
Yeah, that's mostly
Explorer's a real
agriculture.
Jedi, still.
I don't. Are you
don't
sure?
know what
I don't
either
think
of
so.
You guys are talking about.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think so.
If you
I'm
flunked
pretty
out
sure it
being a
failed.
Padawan.
I'm pretty sure the ones that like got into like,
Jedi
hey,
suck anyway.
you gotta
So
get
does
someone to
Sith.
pick
It
you
does
up as a Padawan, but like nobody fucking picked you as a Padawan, so they throw you into a spaceship and go make blind jumps with the Force, and you go, okay.
Always on the move.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make a whole bunch of prequel memes when we play Star Wars.
Backstroke and Lust.
Oh, that
Do
one's
not
good.
want.
Are you is fucking?
Everything is good.
Everybody is good.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I fully intend, if when we get to eventually doing Star Wars, I'm going to plan out a lot more. Because that was off the top of my head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was also way before.
It was.
I really liked the time that I really like the fucking time that we went and met with the people that wanted our shit, that wanted the holocron we had, and I was like, ha, fuck you, we have all the cards, and then walked into a situation where there was a literal, like, capital ship aiming their guns at us and a whole army, and I was like, fuck you, I have all the cards here, and then I gave them a bomb and left.
Confidence is key when it comes to anything in like a tabletop game.
Yeah.
True.
You just go in with blind confidence and you'll figure it out. You'll get there.
That's like most of my characters.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like that. Like that's a great way to succeed in things.
I also really fucking liked the time where I just suggested carpet bombing a whole planet with thermal detonators.
You had like
And,
you had like 2 crates full of thermal detonators. And thermal detonators, as far as like the rules are concerned, like you can't throw them really far enough to escape the blast radius.
Yeah, that's the way they're designed, is that if you throw them, if you set them to go off when they land, and you throw them, you're in the blast radius.
Yeah.
That's their range.
So
You can try to throw them further, but it's you take penalties.
So it's a big explosion, and we were like, there's a situation where we couldn't land because there were things on the ground.
No, it wasn't we couldn't
Austin's-
land. Is we were trying to get off the planet.
Yeah, Austin's plan was let's just carpet bomb, let's glass the planet with thermal detonators. And the dude who was sitting next to us in the game shop playing Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever was like, what?
Yeah, we used to play this in a fucking shop.
Yeah,
before the,
before the dark times, before the glare.
Yeah.
Before the dark
Before,
times.
I mean-
before the
COVID.
hey, I know you guys are playing like a tournament over there, but we're just gonna start yelling about Dungeons and Dragons in the corner for a
Oh
while.
no, it was COVID.
Oh yeah, COVID also happened.
And then also we started recording, so I kind of imagine.
We switched over to playing
Yeah.
here well before the COVID
Yeah.
stuff.
The thing is, it's way better on my wallet that we're not in the game shop. 'Cause
Yeah, 'cause
any-
you're not
any-
being tempted to buy things
yeah,
constantly.
any fucking second that we weren't playing or were waiting on someone, I would have been like, but like, Travis, this ship looks cool. And you're like, it's $64 for like a tiny plastic ship, don't buy it. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, I won't. But like, it'd be really cool if I had it though and owned it.
The thing is, in all honesty, you weren't that bad when it came to like buying things.
Because I couldn't be.
Well, yeah, you definitely could have been worse. But you know, that's all the past, man.
Unless we
What
go
about
back.
You guys
Gotta go back. Back to the past.
Live
Samurai
podcast
Jack.
of traveling back in time. So
We get
yeah,
a lot of viewers for until we hit YouTube times and the end of or the
Well,
beginning.
the beginning.
You know, we ran out of YouTube.
we ran out of YouTube. We just have to go to something else. And this is the moment where we all sit here and think, okay, what was the most popular media sharing thing prior to YouTube?
No, I'm just going to sleep.
Oh. Well, on
Same.
that note, sincere thank you for putting up with me for as long as you guys have.
Really?
You'll be rid of me as a DM for a while.
Honestly, thanks for putting up with all of us.
Yeah, that's
Especially Austin.
Yeah, especially me, because,
Just
I'm just built different, boys.
See, that's kind of mean.
Wow, that's a little mean. No, like, seriously, I'm happy that all of you guys are happy with it. I'm happy that anybody listening could at all be happy with it. I'm a little happy that it's over. And I'm happy that it's gonna start up again soon. I'm also, like, crazy jazzed for Curse of Strahd.
Uh-huh.
An actual, real playthrough of Curse of Strahd where nobody's like
Santa
I'm-
Claus?
Yeah,
Or
Santa Claus.
Or a strike team bent on murdering him.
No golden chickens. No people with doors.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get a big knife, And I'm gonna stab another tally mark into the wall. Another successful campaign. Like
Alright.
Bad Batch.
Seems like a weird, weird ritual to do. All right.
Odd flex, but okay.
My parents are really mad at me.
Yeah, I would think so. What's all these tally marks on the wall?
You won't understand. Successful mission.
I think our son's killing people. All right. Thanks for listening to us ramble for almost 2 hours here. Yeah. Have a good night, evening, day,
Whenever you
time.
listen to this.
Have a good time. Yep.
Yep.
That catches me out. I don't think it picked it up on the microphone.
Oh,
What did
Okay,
it say?
goodbye, everyone. This has been Market Crash.
Market crashing now.
Market crashing now. Everybody get.
Do the doobly doo with all the social media thingies that
Yes.
we say all the time. Not all the time. But we say a
Facebook,
couple
Twitter,
times.
Tumblr, Reddit,
All them
Instagram.
websites. Oh, there's another one.
There's a lot of animals.
Rumble at some point too.
Get hype. Send in names for what the Curse of Strahd campaign should be.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Let us know you're there. Was that depressing enough? Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye.